Hey, what's going on, guys? So I was gonna upload a RC video, but I decided to do a gaming mouse arsenal overview. Now, I would have my Razer Death Adder right beside the Corsair, but I decided to throw it away. Why? Because also my little brother, he broke that too. Now with the Razer Death Adder, he broke the scroll wheel. Now, I feel really stupid because I could have kept the mouse and just replaced the scroll wheel, but at the time I wasn't thinking, I was just upset, so I trashed it. Just like I did with those headphones, so now I got those up there. Where they should be, where they should have been last night, but yeah, my bad. So right here we have the Logitech G400 gaming mouse. That is an optical sensor. This is Logitech's G500S. That's a laser sensor. And here's Corsair's M95, also a laser sensor gaming mouse. Now, let me start off with the Corsair M95. This mouse, I have big hands, so this mouse is more like a claw grip for me. As you can see, my fingers sit up on it. If I were to try to put them all the way down, it would cover basically the entire mouse. So for this, it's a claw grip for me. I would say this is more like an MMO mouse because of all these side buttons on the side. Personally, I don't like mice like this because I mainly play first-person shooters. But the build quality, might I say, this is one of the best mice I think I've ever owned. Well, it should be due to the price. It's like $123. So I wouldn't buy this out of pocket. Nah. I just like it because it looks cool. You know, this is my dad's mouse. He let me use it. And then for no reason, it just stopped working. Like, I don't know why, but it just stopped working. I looked it up online, read some forums, and some other guys had the same problems. Most of them returned it, RMA, they got a new one, but I'm not sure if we can return this. When I go to get my processor on Saturday, I'll probably take it with me, see what they can do, but I don't think they're able to do anything without a receipt, stuff like that. But this thing just feels really nice. It's all aluminum body. The top is plastic, but the rest is aluminum. I took it apart the other day, and the internals were, yeah, it had a lot of ribbon cables in there. It just looks really nice. Like, it matches my theme for my build, black, white, and blue. I just love the way this thing looks, man. But here, I think this would be the DPI adjustment, the top arrow keys. But the click's really good. And the scroll wheel, it has a nice aluminum heavy scroll wheel. So it has a nice, premium feel to it. This is the DPI sensor right here. That changes the DPI. And yeah, I think it has, 12 buttons on this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 buttons on here. But if you remove these two click-ins, 12. But, 14 buttons. So yeah, I really like this mouse. It's kind of heavy for my preference of gaming. It's kind of on the heavy side. That's because it has an aluminum body. I don't know if you can see the laser in there. That might be why the mice stopped working. You can't see but no, because it doesn't detect any clicking or anything. I tried to update the driver software too to see if that'll fix it, but no, it didn't work. So the only thing it's good for is for show, just the lights. It looks cool, but this mouse is dead. I'm going to keep it, just in case I ever find a fix. It's a $123 mouse. Why would you throw that away? Alright, moving on to the Logitech G500S. I love this mouse. I haven't really used it yet, but for the time that I have it, I just fell in love with it. Logitech G500. What's that say? Cartridge. Oh, yeah. The weight cartridge. We'll talk about that. Yeah. This mouse, this is on the lighter side. This closer resembles my Razer Death Adder. That was my go-to mouse right there. Like, that was my baby. I really liked that Razer Death Adder. It was light. It was fast. The click response was good. Everything on the mouse was just perfect. It was all plastic, just like this. All plastic. Now with the scroll wheel, we'll start off with the scroll wheel. This little button right here, this allows you to lock the scroll wheel, so it's like a normal scroll wheel. You have that little tactile feedback when you scroll it, or you can unlock it, and when you spin it, it just forever spins, like it keeps spinning for quite a long time. I don't know why you would actually want it to do that, but when I'm scrolling long web pages, it's kind of useful, I guess. But how often does one actually do that? Not often though, right? So yeah, Logitech G500S, it's all plastic. The top of it's pretty smooth. You don't really have much of a texture. But the side grips, it has a lot of texture to it. So your hands most likely will never slip. It has like a hard plastic coaty feeling. You see, not scratching it shows. But if you wipe it off, it just goes away. So it has a nice texture finish to it. I like that. It also has a rest for your thumb. So your thumb can just rest on the side. My Razer Death Adder did not have that, unfortunately. If it had that, then that mouse probably would have been, just 100% tip-top shape. But the Corsair, it has an indent on here, so your thumb kind of just rests on these buttons on the bottom. So that kind of has like a thumb rest, but it doesn't have a pinky rest, and neither does the Logitech. But because of the grip, your pinky like naturally just sticks to it. So you don't. There's no effort in you keeping your fingers up on it. It just naturally sticks to it. Right here are the DPI sensors. Let me see if it changes. Yeah, it's onboard memory. So these two buttons right here, that's why I thought these were DPI, but no, this is DPI on the Corsair. These are like extra buttons. But you can also reassign any of these buttons to do whatever you want them to do. Yeah, this is the DPI button. We have positive, negative, up and down. My personal DPI preference is 850. You might be like, what? 850? That's super low. I know like a lot of guys have the DPI turned way up, and I just don't see how they do it. Like I tried it just to see how it would feel. I turned the DPI to like 1800 or 6400, something like that. But in-game sensitivity, I had to turn it all the way down because it was just so freaking high. I just didn't like the way it feels. So 850 for me is perfect. I have the X and Y axis separate. X axis is 850 and Y axis would be the 800 or 750, depending on the mouse. Mostly that's how I run my setups with my mice. Now, the clicking. I say I probably click fast with the Logitech just because this is kind of squishy. That depends on how much you use it. But we've owned this mouse longer than the Corsair, and it's clicking, it's still pretty good. This one is on the squishy side, but then again, it's always about the product quality of the type of mouse you get, where you bought it from your vendor, you know, how they took care of it, you know, and shipping and all that. But this has a better clicking than the Corsair. It's kind of squishy. My Razer Death Adder ended up like this, but my Razer, it was, I don't know, I just kind of, like, I love that mouse. This is a really good mouse. I feel like this would be a really good one too, but even though it's on the heavy side and it stopped working, it's just not, you know, my preference. So we have three side buttons. You have a forward button, back button, you have a sniper button. I reassigned the sniper button to be the back button because I don't use sniper buttons. And it's easier to reach versus that back button right there, the primary back button. So I assigned that to back button for melee, stuff like that. See, I'm really liking this mouse right now. Only put tape on it just because like the cord, it started to fray a little bit. But this is a pre-owned mouse. I didn't buy this brand new. Again, this was my dad's mouse, so I just took it up off of him, started using it. Before we move on to the Logitech G400 mouse, I forgot to show the weight system on the Logitech G500. Now, if you flip the mouse over on the bottom, you will see that there's a cartridge. Well, it says cartridge. If you press this button right here, it will release the weight system. So you press this button right here, and it's a spring mechanism inside, which releases the cartridge, the little shiny metal piece in there. That projects this out. Now, installed, I have 3 1.7 gram weights. The reason I do that is because I'm more of a claw grip versus palm grip user. So, my palm rests in the back, it like squeezes the back of the mouse, and my fingers, you know, kind of just like move the front. But it's a little bit too light for me. Just a little bit. So that's why I only put 3 1.7 grams in here. And when those go in, the weight dives down towards the front of the mouse. So that gives me a little bit more control in the front. Included with this mouse are more weights. So you pop this bad boy open. Hold on. I did it earlier with one hand. There we go. Pop that open, and you have a total of 12 weights. So on the left side we have 4.5 gram weights, on the right we have 1.7 gram weights. So my setup for the G500S is 3 1.7 grams, which lean towards the front. I don't have any in the back, just for the front. Alright, I got that out the way. Let's move on to the G400. Alright, next up we have the Logitech G400 gaming mouse. This is your very simple, basic, but not in price mouse. The reason I say that is because on Newegg, I believe this mouse, yep, it's running for about $77 right now. And this mouse is not brand new. There's an optical laser, not a laser like these, but optical. $77 mouse. My aunt, she had a version of these, and I was like, what? This is pretty cool. Like, I thought it was like just a standard ordinary mouse. I didn't know she had a gaming mouse. I don't know why she had it, but I guess for like ergonomics. But she had like a different model. It was G4, I don't know. She had something like this. It was real similar. It just had a different top to it, but yeah. I used to use this mouse for Modern Warfare 3 on the PS3. I had a mouse and keyboard adapter similar to this. It looked kind of like this, but this is a USB hub. No, I had an actual mouse and keyboard adapter. I plugged in my mouse and keyboard to the adapter, and it allowed me to use that on the PlayStation 3. My dad, he has a Zim 4, so he uses mouse and keyboard when he's playing games. Me, I'm stuck with the controller. I'm about to buy some Control Freaks though, because my thumb gets really sore on this left thumbstick, and my right thumb slips when I'm trying to aim. Like right now, my thumb's already sweating. I freaking hate controllers, dude. But I'm stuck with that. I'm gonna buy some Control Freaks versus a $150 converter. The Crosshair, that's one of the converters that runs for 150, and the Zim 4 runs for about 125. But I'm not trying to drop that money on a converter, man. I still got my computer I gotta finish, you know? So, yeah, back to the mouse. I keep going sidetracking, you know, I'm just rambling right now. But here's the DPI up, DPI down button. Come on, focus for me, focus for me. Not gonna focus? Alright, good. Cool, that sucks. Scroll wheel, the scroll wheel. This probably is like one of the quietest scroll wheels out of all these mice. No, I take that back. The Corsair. You can't even hear the Corsair. Yep, the Corsair has the smoothest scroll wheel. After that, it would be the Logitech G400. And then we have the Logitech G500S. You hear that? Yeah. Virtually silent, and this is more of a feedback versus sound, but these are all good mice. Like, I really like all of them. It's just that this one doesn't work. I'm using this one right now. And there's nothing wrong with this one. I just haven't used it yet. Like, I used to use it a few years ago, but then we switched to this, and then this, and had my Razer. So I'm gonna be back and forth between these mice, I guess. You know, I'll hook this one up to my laptop over there. I got my little station set up. I don't have a light over here, so it's like real dark. But yeah, mouse right here, laptop right here. I got my dual monitor set up, my computer, PS4, all that. So I'll have one mouse over here and the other over there, and I'll just, you know, like go back and forth between editing videos and stuff like that. But when I very first started PC gaming, I was using this. This is the HP mouse that came with my old pre-built computer. It's wireless. It sucks. I used to play Battlefield 3 with this, and I would get destroyed. Like, it was really bad. Eventually, I got the hang of it. You know, I started getting good, getting better accuracy, tuning the settings and all that. But wireless, man, what can I say? Okay, I'm not going to talk bad about wireless, but low quality products for wireless, it's not that good. As you can see, I don't even have all the pieces to it, the batteries, the pack cover, because I don't use this anymore. It just collects dust. So these three mice right here, I'd highly recommend all of them, even though this one died on me. It's such a shame, such a shame. You get that aluminum finish, brushed aluminum. Yeah, all of these okay, except this one. These two have braided cables on them. Again, the tape is only in there because it started fraying. Again, these are pre-owned. Yeah, they're not broken or anything. I just want to, like that. You see how that's fraying off? That's why I put tape on there. But other than that, these are all really good mice. I highly recommend them. For the price though, I would go with this one. I feel as though this has the most features because it's has adjustable weight on it. 120 bucks, yeah, man. The build quality, it looks nice. You know, maybe I would buy it. You know, if I had that type of money for a mouse, but I don't at the moment. So I wouldn't really recommend this one. But it's between these two: the Logitech G400 gaming mouse and the Logitech G500S. I feel as though these two would be head to head. Yeah. I just like how this has the laser sensor. This is optical. I prefer laser over optical. It also depends on your mouse mat. You know what type of mouse mat you get. I'm going to be upgrading this to an extended mouse mat. It's going to be all white with a black trim around it. You know, it's going to look nice when I paint my desk. You know, whenever I'm going to paint my desk. I'm going to Micro Center this Saturday to pick up the processor. You know, that's been confirmed. I'm actually going to do it. No more putting that to the side. Get things done. So, like, having all these crazy text on your mouse mat, that might, you know, like, interfere with the lasers on your mouse. See that? It's a laser mouse. See if I can get it in there. I just had it. I don't want to break my camera or anything, but there it is. Yep, laser mouse. My Corsair, I can't get it to show. I think it's dead. There's no point even trying. This mouse is dead. And it's quite sad, to be honest. But yeah, out of these three mice, I'd recommend the Logitech G500S. Up next would probably be the Corsair, but I'm putting this at the bottom because of the price. It's so steep. And then the Logitech G400S. And if you're on the budget, just keep this crap that comes with your pre-built computer. But I'm building my own computer, so that's why I have these mice. So now I don't have to buy a Razer Death Adder. I'm just going to continue to use the Logitech G500S. And I might just switch back and forth between these two. You know, give you guys an update which one I actually prefer. So yeah, that concludes this video. Then next up, I will do an overview of my RC little collection. So, alright guys, it's been a good one talking to you. See you guys in a little bit. Later.